Good morning. Good morning. It's time to start our day. Good morning. Good morning to you and you and you and you and you and you. Good morning. So, as I was just saying, I am just walking with tremendous gratitude that I know about yoga. I have been reading about it and diving into some studies about chronic pain and yoga and breath work and learning how to focus our mind. It's like working the biceps, right? It's like working the deltoids. Working our mind as we get older is so important, and yoga just gives us all of it. It's like a big playground for all the things. So we're going to focus on our lower back as our specific place, but we're also really going to just walk in gratitude that we know about yoga, and we know about the path of wellness, and we come to it consistently, not because we should do it, but because we know that it works. It works. It puts us in a place where we want to be walking. So find yourself to the mat, turn off your phones, and let us rock and roll. Here we go. So the first thing I'd like us to do is go ahead and lie down. I have a little candy cane shape here, and folded up my blanket in like a little accordion level, and then I've tucked this little place underneath. And we could start here on our backs, or you could start with your feet wide and your knees out on there, or anything you want to do, right? Anything that you want to do to start off. Today's gentle yoga, so we're going to have a real gentle practice. And I know a few of you are feeling low energy today, so we'll find that medium level. So finding your way to that now, please. If you think about electricity, right? I want to turn the fan on. If I plug it in, right, the fan goes on. I don't know how necessarily electricity works, but I know that it does. And I know that it's almost immediate. It's the same way with our bodies and our minds, our brains, the wiring, the electricity that flows through our body. So let us take a moment here with this bag of bones of yours and let yourself totally spread out. Feel yourself taking up this space, taking up this room. And on our first minute here, we're just going to focus on breath, pranayama, just breathing in for the count of 4 or 6 or 8, and breathing out for the same. Watching the electrical system, watching the breath, the mind, tell yourself to breathe and watching it happen. Here we go. Beautiful. Keep that breathing practice going. But now focusing the attention of the mind on balance. Does your bag of bones feel balanced here? Do you feel even on the left and the right sides? The weight of the way the body is being distributed, the way the breath is being absorbed in the body. So checking in, where are you in and out of balance? Where is the left and the right aligned? What is happening on one versus happening on the other? We'll take 1 minute just studying our physical body here. How are we in balance? How are we not? Use your breath to help. And on this 3rd minute, total dork alert, right? But on this 3rd minute, I want you just to give yourself a big old love letter, just sending some love and nurturing qualities as if you were petting a puppy or a kitty or playing with a newborn baby. Like, how would you love on that? I want you to be loving on yourself this minute, just checking in and sending in a mantra of like, I take good care of myself is a really nice mantra. I know how to take good care of myself. I make my health and habits as a regular part of my daily life. I make time for myself every morning, like whatever it is, but just acknowledging that you're here, that you're doing this hard work, and that it's a habit that you're building. Okay. So for this last minute, send yourself a little Valentine's card, a little love letter. Here we go. 1 more minute. Any mantra you want to use. Repeating the mantra to yourself a couple of times, getting it in that front brain. And beautiful. We're gently, gently, gently going to close the knees if they're open. Make any shifts you need to in your body, eventually rolling all the way off to fetal pose on either side, bringing your head to your arm, bringing your knees up towards the chest and just lying here in your fetal pose, breathing deeply into the back muscles. I know how to take good care of myself. I make time for myself every day. All right, come on up. Come on up. Let's get our props out of the way. And we're going to start off on our hands and knees, please. If you find that being on a cushion for your knees is helpful, please grab that now. We're just going to start to find a little bit of a cat-cow tilt here. So you're just moving your pelvis to and fro. Just syncing up with breath. Keep those long inhales. Every time you look up, taking a big breath. Every time you kiss the ceiling with your spine, let go of that exhale. Two more. Last one, inhale, looking up. This time, curl your toes under. One breath, launch up to downward dog. One breath, exhale. Bend your knees, take your heels way up into the sky. Bend your knees, heels way up on your tiptoes. Big inhale here. And then exhale slowly, 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 slowly come back down. We're going to do that about 4 more times. So imagine we're stretching out this leather glove. We're stretching out your human suit. You could think of almost like a dolphin, right? Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, keep the knees bent, go way up on your tiptoes. Exhale. Big inhale, stretching through the armpits. And slowly, slowly, slowly doing your best to put both knees down at the exact same time. And I'm hoping you're even feeling how nice this feels on the bottoms of your feet, right? The soles of those feetsies. All right, let's do it a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Some of you might be working deeper, doing one arm dogs here, just really getting a nice release of the neck. Challenging ourselves is important. It means that we're expanding. So don't make it just super easy, right? Restorative yoga doesn't mean it's all easy. We're still challenging ourselves. Slowly bringing both knees down as best you can. We'll go 2 more times. Again, maybe you're playing with one arm down dogs. Maybe you're playing with one leg down dogs. Maybe you're starting to straighten the knees. One more big breath here. And exhale, trying to bring both knees down at the same time. Either go to down dog on this last time, or if you're feeling a little bit more dynamic, you can bring your elbows down and go to dolphin pose. And we'll hold this one for 5 to 8 breaths. Take any thought away that we're doing yoga, and let's practice using yoga, using it right now to lengthen our neck, using it right now to start to stretch the bottoms of our feet out, the backs of our legs out, the strength of our shoulder girdle. We're using it to bring ourselves into our most right alignment today. 2 more deep breaths. Some of you will come down. Some of you might even go up to down dog. You got 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, please bring your knees down. Some of you will go to broken toe pose. Some of you will stay in tabletop, and just allow yourself to feel the bottoms of our feet stretching out. 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. Come on down to your belly. All the way down to your belly. Make a pillow with your arms. You could put a cheek down. You could put a forehead down. And let's just settle. Take 5 big breaths, remembering I know how to care for myself. One more deep breath. Now imagine you're pulling your belly button off the mat. You're not literally doing it, but you're trying to feel those muscles turning on. And we're going to lift the left leg just a little tiny bit. The knee is straight. So we're starting to strengthen the right side of our back. Our left leg is lifted all the way up to the thigh. The knee is straight. We're strengthening the opposite side of our back. Let's do a little pulsing here. 10, 9, 8. How's the breathing quality? 3, 2, 1, rest. Same leg, left leg again, same leg. 10, 9. Hold the belly in. 3, 2, 1, pause. Same leg, last round. Here we go. Left leg up. 10, 9. 3, 2, and rest. So as I was saying before we hit the recording, I've been doing a lot of reading on the chronic pain. And what if we use the practice of yoga for brain work? What if it's not for the body? What if we're really doing some exercise and aligning our brain patterns? Pretty powerful stuff. 3 rounds on the right leg. Here we go. 10. You're talking to your brain. 8. You're talking to the outlet. You're activating something. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Second round. Relax. Last one. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. If it's okay for you to put a cheek down, go ahead and put a cheek down. Bring your arms into 90-degree angle. How does this feel on your neck? Not everybody will be able to turn their neck. If you need to keep your forehead down, still feeling that, that's great. Just looking at your connections. Where's that balanced body? Where do you feel like you're out of alignment here? 5 breaths in, breathing deeply. One more big breath. Switching cheeks if your head is down. 5 breaths. Beautiful. Bringing your forehead back down if you've moved it. And we're just going to lift up our arms. So I have my arms in goalpost. You might also have your arms straight out, 90-degree angle, or straight out right outside the shoulder girdle. With your forehead on the floor, go ahead and pulse. 10, 9. Feeling those shoulder blades moving towards the spine and away. 7. Can you still find your balanced breath? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Forehead goes on the hands. So using yoga practice today as self-study, svadhyaha, right? Self-study. I want you to do this 2 rounds again, the same exact thing. And I want you to notice, where are you firing up? Like I can feel myself squeezing my left cheek, right? You might find yourself gritting your jaw. You might find yourself clenching your foot. I want you to watch the way you're doing it, okay? 2 more rounds on your own. I won't count it out. Finding that action step. Here we go. Take your pause. Last round, here we go. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take a forehead to the floor and rest. Some of you might want to go up and get some help from gravity in downward dog. You can even walk your dog if you want to. How do you show up? That's what you're watching. What are your habits? What are your patterns? What do you do again and again and again? Test it. Let's come down into hands and knees. Do you drop one knee before the other? See if you can switch it up. One more deep breath, and we're going right back down to the belly, please. And we're going to come into what we call Sphinx. So propping yourself up on your elbows. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Notice that the heels are not close. The heels are wide. That's going to keep our back even more open. And then we're going to push ourselves up off the mat. So get out of that sagginess. Now, as you're lifting up here, are you firing up your glutes? See if you can keep this tone quality, but not a clenching quality, and hold here. Some of you working deeper, you might even bend your knees. So we're focusing on lower back today. Breathe deeply. I like to imagine I'm almost trying to pull my hips between my knees. I'm sorry, between my elbows, not my knees. How much length can you get? 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. Again, maybe you'll rest. Maybe you'll get some help with gravity and you'll go up to down dog. How's the balance of your breath? Are you bringing in breath equally into both nostrils? Do you feel like it's dominant on one side? And beautiful. Let's take a quick pause here and let's come into balancing our breath before we go back. So finding a seated position. If you always put your right leg in front, switch it up, put the other leg in front. And we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So sitting up nice and tall. Again, see if you can balance out that human suit. We're going to take our right arm, cross it over, close up that left nostril, breathe into the right. Here we go. Inhale. Close both. Exhale left. Inhale through the left. Close both, exhale right. So we talked about the electricity. Watch your electricity. Watch your focus. Here we go. 1 minute. And the next time you breathe out of your right nostril, just drop your hands to your lap. Beautiful. Very good. We're going to go back to the back bends, but let's just take a quick little break here. Take your hands to the shoulders, or you could put them on your head, either way. Okay. And we're just going to pull the belly in. So you're knitting these muscles together, and you're just going to turn very gentle twists, not enough that you're feeling a sensation. So it may be barely moving at all. Close your eyes, and again, watching the awareness that you're doing yoga. You're not doing yoga, you're using yoga, bringing a sense of suppleness to the spine. Keep reaching the spine long, keep reaching the roof of your mouth up, and twisting barely enough to even get a sensation. It's just that internal sense. 3, 2, and 1. Next time you turn over to the left, we're going to do a gentle little twist. I like to turn my palm out. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, hug the bellies in and start to turn. Check that you're moving from middle spine and not the neck. Keep the chin above your chest. So we're not doing the neck. We're just doing middle spine. 5 breaths. Imagining you're pulling out that left thigh, really opening up that hip. 3, 2, one more big breath. And beautiful. Come on back to center. Inhale, put your hands wherever you decided again, and just go back to that hugging in the belly lock and moving. And exhale, turning, opening up that palm. Moving from that middle spine. One more deep breath. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're heading back into what we call the Alexander technique, very soothing little back bends. Let's take our feet nice and wide here. So remember, the whole point of having abdominal muscles is to keep the spine with integrity. So that's the idea here, is we're going to use our abdominal muscles
to get length in our spine, opening your legs almost as wide as the mat, hands underneath your elbows, and we're going to press the pubic bone against the ground. Feel what's clenching in your bottom and then release. Do it again. Push the pubic bone against the ground. Zip up those abdominal muscles. The glutes are toned, but they're not clenching. You're not smashing your pelvis. Inhale, a little bit of a lift up, and then exhale, come down. Everybody's going to have their own level of lift depending upon the flexibility of the spine. We're going to do 10 of these. So find your own level. Inhale as we come up. Notice if the glutes are clenching, release them at the top, and then come back down. Again, what if it's not for the body? What if this is really for the brain? Working that brain. Three more. Watch the squeezing of the bottom. Nine. 10. Hold it up there or not. So some of you may want to hold it up there to feel that action. Some of you may want to drop your head. Some of you may want to go back down to the floor. Wherever you want to be, 5 breaths. The best way to feel differently is to do something different. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Come on down. And we're going to go to fetal pose again, resting on your arm, bringing your knees to your chest and just letting your back absorb what we just did. Let's take 5 breaths, please. So nice. And now come all the way under your back. So whenever the lower back is hurting, my first thought are 3 things. Number 1, strong abdominals, open hips, open hamstrings. So those 3 things really do jack up the back. Again, weak abdominal muscles, right? Not being able to brace ourselves when we're in movement, or tightness in the hips, or tightness in the hamstrings. All 3 of those will sort of exasperate the pain. So let's just focus a little bit on abdominal strength here, a bracing quality. Knees and feet hip distance apart. Start to bring your attention to the lower belly here and feel yourself exhaling, almost like you're knitting those muscles together. To find the muscles, you can always cough. Those muscles are what we're talking about. So playing with that. Those of you who are working deeper, we're going to slide our hands underneath our head, interlace those fingers, elbows are wide, and brace the abdominal muscles. Feel that coughing muscle starting to activate. And we're just going to lift up the head. Now feel how heavy your head is. 10 pounds. Feel how it's a 10-pound head sitting in those hands, holding yourself there. Again, what if this is for the brain more than the body? What if we're really working on that brain, that disciplined brain? Can you breathe any deeper? Beautiful. And come on down. Some of you will do that again. Some of you are going to work a little deeper. You're going to go into a bicycle ride. So go ahead and pick up your head and shoulders, bring your left knee to the chest, and we're just going to do heel taps, not toe taps, but the heel taps. So you could be playing with this for 20 times or doing the earlier level. Here we go. Your head is heavy. Every time you exhale, you're bracing those abdominals. 10, 9, and 3, and 2, and 1. Release. Roll your head side to side. Okay. Take your left leg and just put it up like this. And I know this is hard for some of you just to hold it here. Okay. So we have the left leg in the air. Take your left arm down by your side and your right arm up by your head. So we have one arm, the right arm is up, the left arm is down. Focusing is on the right rib cage. Okay, so plug that rib cage in and start to straighten this leg a little bit and then pull it back in. So you're focusing on the left or the right side of the abdominals. Hug that belly in, hug those ribs in, and straighten. Let's do that 7 more times. Only going to your level. You're not losing integrity. Again, we're trying to rewire the brain. We're trying to watch that balance. Three. 2. 1 more. And gently come on down, come on down, come on down. Rest. And left arm up, right leg. So now we're focusing on the left rib cage. Hug it in. Here we go. 10. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Pause. Go back to the idea of balance. Are you feeling balanced in your body? Okay, one more abdominal strengthener. Slide your hands underneath your head again. So this is yogi's choice. You could do what we just did with the opposite arm and leg, or if you're working deeper today and you feel like you have a good gauge as to the strength of the abdominals, right? You're going to hold yourself with integrity, or you're doing the earlier level. Again, we're going to lift that heavy 10-pound head. We're going to lift the right leg, cross it over, tap the heels on the toes, and come on out and rest. So here we are in a gentle yoga class. Let's just pause for a second. We're in a gentle yoga class doing abdominal work. Our brains want to tell us that abdominal work is hard. It's intermediate advanced level. It's a cardio workout. It's it takes a lot of strength. It's not for restorative. It's like all the things that our brain tells us. But that's not true. Abdominal strengthening is so nurturing, right? Because we feel so much in our gut first, like this connection of being able to sense things in our belly, whether it's our emotions or traumas or instincts about people or situations or all the things, even they say Ayurveda that all like the first 3 levels of disease start in our belly first, right? So an awareness of what's happening here is a gentle approach, But having an abdominal strength in our bodies is basic yoga, right? It's basic yoga. So if you feel like this is hard for you, I want you to challenge that belief, right? Because it's very nurturing what we're doing. We're not only connecting your body and your mind through this channel, but we're also learning how to brace ourselves so that we keep ourselves safe as we move. That's what the abdominals are for. Okay, here, 9 more times, or you're doing the earlier level. Head and shoulders up, heavy head, and switch. Tap, tap, down, let everything flop. Re-engage. 8. 3. 2. And release. How was it? Let's take our knees to bend, slide a block underneath your sacrum, going into a little resting spot of happy baby. We could take our knees to the chest. This is a great opportunity to get up in those shoulder blades and just massage them down. So focusing now on relaxing the muscles of our back, okay? Relaxing the muscles of our back. Now from here, challenge yourself to drop the tailbone pointing at the floor. That's technically not possible because there's a little curve at the end of the tailbone where it makes it point to the ceiling. But I'm asking you to find a place of total stillness, and challenge yourself to turn the tailbone to the floor. So in other words, there's a little bit of a neutral tilt in the pelvis, and we're going to hold total stillness, not moving at all for 1 minute. If you'd prefer to do this off the block, feel free to do it. Here we go, about 10 breaths. Relax the muscles of the back and activating that little tiny tilt of the tailbone to the floor. Here we go. Love every part of your body with your breath. Don't move. Three more breaths, please. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think that's such a nurturing way to practice. Come on off the block if that's what you're doing. And we're going to gently roll off and very slowly come to sit up. Okay. We're going to take and put our little hoodies back on, our little socks on, and we're going to do some deep, deep stretching through our lower back. And then we're going to have a nice restorative resting pose. So whatever you need to do to get yourself nice and cozy again, socks or hoodies or whatever. And we're going to need 2 blocks. So again, what are the limbs of yoga, right? We have our way we show up for ourselves, the way we show up for other people, how we move in our body, how we breathe in our body, how we learn to quiet all the outside opinions and advice and teachers and books and lessons and learnings and all that, and turn on our own inner wisdom, how we learn to focus and quiet the mind, how we learn to, once the mind can be focused and quiet, we can actually ask ourselves those deeper questions. What would it look like if I were happy? What would it look like if I felt healthy? What would it feel like if that was the way my life was showing up? We're deliberate in our mind. And then the final limb of yoga is when we can swing between all those other branches, we have this access to this limb of bliss, of peace, of moments in our life where things aren't perfect, but there's a quality that just feels so centered and one and connected and peaceful, that limb of yoga, that bliss body gets bigger and bigger. Our moments get longer and longer. We're able to sustain peace even in tumultuous times. And so it's not a ladder where we're climbing, right, to get to the top and then we get blissed out for the rest of our life. I wish that's not the way it is. It's just a swinging of the branches. But as we get better about swinging through all these branches, that bliss branch sort of threads through all of them. We can be in a really hard yoga pose and still feel peace. We can be in an argument with our spouse and still feel love and connection. So here we go. We're going to take our feet like this and drop open this left knee. So we're keeping the feet together. Take your blocks out to the side here, and we're going to go back to that gentle little twist, turning our sternum to this left knee. Now the left elbow is going to have a bend in it, and the right elbow is going to be straight. This left elbow is to turn our body to the back wall, and this straight elbow is to be reaching so that we're getting a big opening in the side body where we can have deep, deep breaths. Okay, you ready? All right, watching that electricity. Let's pretend that we're doing this for our mind control, even more than our backs. Okay, here we go. Becoming aware of your electricity. Now, not everybody needs the blocks, and you can reach the floor. That left elbow is turning your torso. One more big breath. Okay, now walk yourself back here for a moment. Keep this twist. Hook your right elbow inside that right inner knee and continue with this twist again. A little bit deeper this time. Now we're perpendicular to the floor. Here we go. Let the twist be from middle body, not just torque in the neck, right? We're moving from the middle body, and it's more about the brain than anything else. Watch the electricity, watch those thoughts. Watch that even breath.
One more. So nice. That's so yummy. Come on back to Baddha Konasana, and we'll flip a ruby. Second side. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. It's okay if the side lifts up a little bit. That's okay. Again, the right elbow is going to stay straight. The left elbow is going to be bent. We're turning our sternum towards this knee, and we're going to reach out again, finding that right arm is turning our torso, and the left arm is straight. Some of you won't need the blocks. 8 breaths. So good. And come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Again, hooking yourself here. And we'll take 5 more breaths, turning the torso, keeping the chin in line with the sternum. And beautiful. Come on back to center. Folding whatever is the least dominant leg in front. And we're just going to hold and receive 5 breaths. Now, as we move into the most important part of the class, I'd like to give you a mantra. You can use the one you said at the beginning. I take good care of myself, or I make time for myself every day. You could totally use the same one, or we could sort of put it together and just use the word Sat Nam, I am. Okay. I am. That's it. I am. So let's try it. Either the mantra you said at the beginning or 1 minute with Sat Nam. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam, or you could just simply say, I am. 1 minute, please, 8 to 10 breaths. So nice. All right, make your way to final pose, whatever that is for you. You could take it with, the way we started with the little candy cane action. You could take it where you're just making a little pillow. You could prop your legs up on a wall. This is a pose we don't want to skip, though, because there's a lot happening here. We get to really let it all simmer and get cooked in there from all the things that we did. So take your time to set up this final pose, please, knowing that this is the most important one. Keep that balanced breathing in your body. That gratitude that we have tools, how important they are. I always like to teach gratitude by saying, what would you miss if it were gone? Yoga, the practice of mind and body connection, the practice and tools that we have. So grateful. I am filled with gratitude. All right, so making your way to your final posture now. Letting yourself, just like we started, go back to the balance between the left and the right sides, flopping out evenly, letting go of any breathing technique, but keep turning on the mind. I inhale, am. I am. I am. I inhale, am. Sat, nam. I am. I am. I am. Just keep repeating that to yourself and taking these last 5 minutes to soak. As always, may this work be of deep benefit to you. It is an honor and a privilege to walk this path with you. Thank you for accompanying us. We appreciate your keeping your light on. Deep bows. Much love to you all. See you next time.